Alright, welcome back. In the last module, we got started with the hands-on with Azure Data Factory, wherein we created Azure Data Factory using a GUI, and also we prepped for our copy activity task by creating a bunch of storage accounts. So what we're going to do is we're going to create the same resources. However, this is going to be automation session wherein we're going to learn how you could use Terraform, which is an infrastructure as a code tool to create and manage resources, what we did manually. So in case you've got multiple clients, you're working for multiple environments and you need to automate all of them, you don't like clicking things around the GUI, you can just use Terraform as the infrastructure as a code. So I've got my documentation open. If I go to my Azure portal, I haven't got any resource group at the moment. I've wiped out everything. So I'm going to go to my IntelliJ code editor, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start writing the Terraform code. First thing you define is for which provider you're writing the Terraform code, and that's going to be Azure RM, and then you define the feature block. Alright, and the first thing which we're going to do is we're going to create a resource group. So that's going to be Azure RM resource group. That's going to be code red RG, and then the location going to be West Europe, whatever region is closest to your wherever you're sitting at the moment. My resource group gonna be code red resource group, and then now the actual resources, which is going to be Data Factory, and that's going to be Azure RM Data Factory. You see that you're getting a lot of other resources also, like SQL connection, and you can maintain all the pipeline using these other Data Factory APIs as well. For now, what we're going to do is we're going to create the Azure Data Factory. The location going to be same as resource group, so which we're going to do is Azure and resource group dot code red dot location. The name is going to be code red demo df demo data factory, and resource group name is going to be resource group dot code red dot name. That was it. It's just a 4 line of code what we had to write, and now what we're going to do is we are going to use the storage account which we created. That's going to be storage account, and all of them are now auto populated. I'm going to give it a name as source storage, and there's going to be replication time, which is we can select as global or local. The account here would be a standard one. We don't want to incur a lot of charge. It's not going to be called as premium. The location going to be Azure RM resource group dot location, and the name of the storage account going to be source code red df, and the name of the resource group going to be Azure RM resource group dot code red dot name. Cool. Looks good. I am going to create another one because we remember we created two storage accounts. So that's going to be source, and this is going to be destination. I'm just going to change the name, which is going to destination, and then I am going to create a bunch of containers as well. Now these containers would be kept in your these where all the files would be kept, and that is where we're gonna perform the actual move operation. So that's gonna be resource, and then Azure RM underscore storage account. That's gonna be not storage account, rather Azure RM underscore storage container source, name of the container source container, and then the name of the storage account going to be the first storage account. That's going to be Azure RM storage account dot source dot name, and similarly there's going to be another container which is going to be container destination. Then there's going to be, instead of course, it's going to be source, and there's going to be destination container but for destination storage account. Cool, looks good. What we're going to do is we're going to verify that all of the code we've written so far is compiling or not. Just going to be plan. Before that, do the inet. It's going to download all the modules like of Azure RM, because we're creating resources for Azure. Then there's going to be a plan, or we could rather apply directly. Features, what we mean is features rather than the feature, so that's going to be this. And now we're gonna do the validation whether it is successful or not. It says the source code if can only contain it the lower case, so we're gonna go to our storage account. It's gonna be line number 22 df, and then there's gonna be this df as well. All should be in the smaller case in case of storage account. So once you run the Terraform apply, it is calling all the APIs in the backend. Terraform is actually calling the back API in the backend, making sure that I've got the right authentication, and it is going to create 6 resources, which is going to be 2 containers, 2 storage account, 1 data factory, and 1 resource group. I'm going to say yes, and within few seconds it is going to create the resources for us. Alright, so the resources are created. We can see that there are 6 resources were added. If we go back to our Azure portal and hit on refresh, we should have 1 resource group. There it is, and we should have 3 resources underneath the resource group. We've got 2 storage account. We've got each storage account has got 1 blob storage, rather container. And if we go back to our resource group, we should have a data factory as well. And if you just click on author and monitor, it's going to take us to the data factory page, which we saw in our previous video as well. Alright, I hope this was informative. In the upcoming video, we're going to get started with the our first data factory activity by using the copy data from one container to another one demo. Alright, I'll see you in a while. Thank you.